It's 10 o'clock. Is it?
It's 10 o'clock.
It's 10 o'clock. It's also Friday, December 4th. Bright and sunny here in California. Cold, but not like you poor people on the East Coast that are getting slammed. I watch it on the news and I just go, ooh, it's so cold. Yes, it is. So here we are, ready for a weekend. Blink. Thanksgiving was a week ago. Holy smoke. I have a lot of stuff I have to go through today. But one thing I got to start off with is my friend, I'm going to read you her postcard to John. Okay. It's a postcard, you guys. She she just put some sort of stiffy stuff in there and then just zigzagged around with some fabric on the back. Oh, yeah, it's my friend Janet Lied. So it says, you've inspired me with your envelope idea. Brilliant. I see so many gift giving opportunities, party favors, and more. Alex is not the only one with creative chops in your house. Janet lied. Thank you, Janet. This made us both smile big time. That's fabulous. So, um, we have a lot to do, a lot to look at, and a lot to talk about. So I'm not gonna, I'm gonna go in order, kind of, all right? But the other thing I wanna say is that I told John it's really weird. It's almost like we're becoming a little TV station or something because often we have things for you every day. Like, for instance, we have Dee tomorrow for the Saturday Sampler at 10 o'clock, and she has already done 2 classes for us. Tomorrow's is on binding, and I have bound 10,000 million quilts kicking and screaming the whole way. I'm going to watch this because I just so don't like it. I'm hoping that she can, erase some of this frustrations and struggles that I have. So we are so lucky to have Dee Christopher on board. I'll remind you again at the end. I'll wait for everybody to get on. And Sue, I'm going to talk about you in a minute. Okay, Sue Rapp. So she will be doing bindings tomorrow at 10 o'clock Pacific time. Also at Quilter Select, which is a division of R&K Distributing, they make all the great products that we've created with you guys in mind. I got an offer from Bree, who runs the division from Knoxville, and I went, ooh, I think this is a really good idea. She's offered to supply us with short little classes, like one-shot deals. So for instance, Shanae, if you've ever been to shows, I'm often in the booth with Shanae. A week from Thursday, I believe, I'll let you know when it's closer, she's going to do something with little hexies and show you how easy and fun they are to make. This is my little hexie piece, and this is like a knock it out in the afternoon type project. And the other thing I can't believe on this is I ended up beating it up, bedazzling it. So what is your time now at the quilt show? Right now it is 10 o'clock in the morning, okay, in California. So you can figure out whatever time it is where you are right now. So right now it's 10 o'clock in the morning, and figure out whatever that is for you, because that's when Dee will be presenting tomorrow, okay? So I'll let you know more about when Shanae's going to do her thing, but it will more than likely be on a Thursday. So now you've got programming Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. We are here to keep you guys entertained. So behind me is the basket quilt that I said on Wednesday I'm giving up for charity. John set up how to give money. I'll show you that at the end, because the truth of it is, you guys, is I'm waiting for people to load on, okay? But the bottom line is that if you give money for any amount, so you have the opportunity to win this quilt, and we will give the money to a local food bank in your area. And John, so don't send me checks. John figured out the way to do it. And yay, I forgot to turn off my email. So getting back to Sue Rapp. Sue has been coming to my retreat since the beginning, and it would have been the 20th year. And Helen, I love that our yearbook is getting full. Okay, but Sue lives in Hilton Head, and she was a pharmacist. And I remember one time I was at Jenny Byers. I think it might have been her last hurrah, and I was so sick. And I called Sue because she was still in the pharmacy. I said, help me get through. I mean, I couldn't even talk. I was coughing so badly and everything. And Sue got me appropriately drugged up. But also Sue, like I said, is a friend of mine. She comes to my retreat every year. And you can see she has a very active physical lifestyle. So I would have missed it, Helen. Thank you so much for getting that there. And then we have JD Stam that also Helen grabbed. The class is getting closer to being full. And just, you guys, these faces, I just absolutely love them. And that is crazy. I'm assuming that's fabric on the right-hand side background. I am going to be much more bold after seeing all of these. In fact, at Craft Napa, I signed up for taking a faces class. And it was before I even knew I would be doing this. Oh, and that's Freddie's behind me. And I really think I will approach it much bolder this round, having you guys as my guide. Seal, here we go. I love your hat. Ooh, maybe I'm going to put a fascinator on mine. But the other thing I look at besides the backgrounds are the eyes and how people handle the eyelashes and all that. That is super cute. And now, just to make your life, just to give you more to think about, what if you beaded in every single one of those circles? Okay, sorry, I just had to suggest it. Hang with me. I'll spend your money and tell you what to do. Okay, this is Jan's, and she just decided, I'm going with the COVID look. Check out her hair, though, you guys. Those are just little hexies, like what Shanae's going to be teaching you. Those are just little hexies, and they're so easy to do. And I love that this round, we're such an interesting point in history, and the passing of Ruth and everything. Boy, it just has really brought out to me what RBG has done for me as a female. Honestly, I had no idea of what she did till I watched a couple of her movies. And I love that everybody's wearing pearls now. And so Jan used pearl buttons of her mother's for the RBJ necklace. So very, very, very clever. And then we have Suji. Oh, wait. I got to come back to that. You're out of order for me. So we're going to come back to you, Suji, okay? Let's see what comes up here. Oh, nope, we're going straight to Suji. Okay. Yay. I am so glad that somebody has done the Star of David. This makes me really, really, really happy. And what I'm going to be doing, not today, but giving you tips and tricks on how to do that vine to make life easier for yourself. Not going to go into that today. It is all fused, the vine. And the only thing I would consider out, I realize you've just like thrown it up there right now, but I would make sure when you start putting your coins on that I would also have the dreidels going in different directions. That's just what I would do. But it's your quilt. You can do whatever you want. But thank you for figuring out a pattern. And if you wanted to share where you got it, I think you'd make some people pretty happy. And it's my assumption that these finished at 15 inches, just like the others. Like this. Oh, you know what? Let me take this down. So we're looking at ooh, yikes. Here. There we go. My T-pin just lost its head, and I could have just given myself a nice stab. Okay. So thank you for that. I really, really, really appreciate it. I think I just said if you could put up here where you got that pattern, or perhaps you drafted it yourself, that would be fab. Okay, then Helen, our yearbook yearbook class roster creator put this up, and that is applique she's done in the middle. I'm pretty sure, yeah, this is it. And I don't know where you got that holly and berry border, but man, it is beautiful. I wish I had thought about it. Okay, Marcy Baker for the Star of David. Thanks, Sue. Appreciate it. Marcy's really good. She's good teaching too. So thank you for that, Marcy Baker. I'll remember that. She's been on the show a couple times. Anyways, back to this border. Oh man. And I love that you've just done the 2 stars, that they are different. And Merry Christmas. That's so cute. Again, thanks for the Marcy Baker tip. Mama Mouse. Okay, let's say you just want to go and do 1 star. I believe she said, yeah, right up here, playing with the half square leftovers, half square triangles to make a gift for one of her friends. So isn't that really beautiful? How the way those outside edges frame that star. I don't even think you have to do much anything else. I mean, it is fabulous. Maybe put a little red flange. No, you don't want to do flange when you've got points. Take it back. Maybe just bind it in red or something. I mean, if you want to put a border on it, have at it. But I think that this is lovely, and it is a standalone. So thanks, Mama Mouse. And then Rondi, who lives around the corner from me. Okay, I'm impressed. Your points are like freaking perfect, okay? And I do like a lot of you are doing the star points complete. I kind of wish I had thought about that, but I didn't. So, the fact that somebody even brought that up, thank you. Okay, so then Kertel wants to do something spring. She wants to just get away from this pandemic and do something beautiful and wonderful. And so thank you for sharing that, because all along, actually to me, this reads almost a little more red, white, and blue, but whatever. The point is you can take this star and make it any story you want to tell. Okay, Miss Jane. So here's another one that the points, frankly, I like better than mine. But this is how she handled to get that center pinwheel. And here's the thing, you guys, that trick that what other thing? The trick, before I say what I'm going to say. Okay. I've got to say this first. I love that you've used all different kinds of reds in there. I mean, you've even pushed it to pink, and I just think it is spectacular. But what I wanted to say is, when I showed you how to take that cardboard and put fleece on top of it or batting, that is the perfect place to take your half square triangles and just play with them and fiddle with them and have a good time. Again, I didn't do that because I was in to say I had a deadline when I was working on this quilt would be the understatement. Like it was supposed to be done yesterday. Okay, then Karen said that she chose to do a friendship star out of these triangles, and it is loaded with symbolism, of which she will share that with us when she quilts it. So this is, and look how she placed it against black or dark blue, but not white. It's stunning. And so I am very much looking forward to hearing what the story is, Karen, but I just wanted to put it up before it was done to give people permission to, try different things. And I'll tell you something I just noticed right now. The bottom left-hand star is mostly green, but those little shots of red in there are dynamite. Yay! All right. So what I want to share something with you before we talk about putting it together is that I always go to Houston, always. All right. And this is so weird not going this year. And had it happened, this was the one year it wasn't during Halloween. But they've gotten it together at Quilts Inc. And they actually have, it was yesterday, today, and tomorrow. They're having the International Quilt Festival online. For just $10, you can get in and look at the quilts, look at the exhibits. To take classes costs a little bit more, But I feel very strongly about supporting Quilts Inc. because this has been very, very hard for them, the pandemic. I mean, their whole thing are shows, just like other organizations. But it was really fun to get in there and surf while I was in my jammies with my iced tea and looking at everything. But one of the things I have to talk about is our beloved Barbara Black has a special exhibit. And the special exhibit is called, I'll tell you in a minute what it's called. Let me go up here. My Joyful Journey. Okay, so let's go. Well, let's talk about this one first, and then I'll go back to Sue's. Barbara was so excited 2 years ago when she found out that she could have a special exhibit. You guys, it is a big, huge deal. To walk in and see your quilts hung so beautifully, it's so majestic. I was the last Silver Star, and I had a special exhibit there. I broke it. I was number 15, and they decided they aren't going to do this anymore. But I think, oh, my quilts are okay. And I walked in and saw them in that setting, and it was a mind blower. So you can imagine how sad Barbara was that she wasn't going to get to see them in person. It is there virtually. But I wanted to share this for you because, Barbara, you did have a heyday there. When they had the red and white exhibit, they always make shopping bags to go with all of this. And her quilt was chosen to be on the quilts that year's Houston's shopping bag. I mean, that was fabulous. Not to diminish that I'm so sad for you that you're not seeing it in person, but we get everybody. Now everybody gets to see it. You don't have to go to Houston. So I wanted to show, this is another one in her exhibit. This is Ruffled Roses. This was one of our block of the months at the quilt show. And it was designed by the late Sue Garman, who actually was very, very good friends with Barbara. And this is how Barbara got pulled in to be doing our BOMs because she had to finish up the one that we started the year that Sue died. So thank you, Barbara, And what I want you to understand, people, is that every year at the quilt show, we have a block of the month that is an added benefit to the membership, which allows you everything. I mean, that pattern alone from Sue, I think ran around $90 or something. And we only have it for 1 year. That's it. That is it. And then it goes back into the designer's possession. And so right now, if you were to join, you would have this year's block of the month. You'd be able to get it Sue Garman's Afternoon Delight. And then next year's Wendy Williams Color My World. And that is for, I think we still have the COVID thing going, for $39 for the whole year. I mean, good grief. Those two patterns alone would be a couple $100, all right? So Barbara, I'm sad for you, but man, your work is good, and now everybody here can go see it. So you just go to Quilt Inc., you log in, you pay your $10, you're gonna get a letter, and it says something, big red letter, like they're gonna give you a code on how to get in, and then you go here through this one portal and you get in, and it's a nice way to spend time, and you don't have to put on your running shoes to run all over the floor of the convention center. They have vendors, they've got prizey quilts. I mean, it's great. Okay, so back to business, which I really don't have a lot to say. What I would like you to do this weekend is sew this thing together, okay? And if you go to Quilter Select, if you don't have this pattern yet, okay, guys, go to quiltersselect.com, all right? And you can see in the upper blue bar is resources. Click the resources and patterns, projects will come up. And you will see on the left-hand side, there's, I think, about 9 quilts there that there's free patterns. On the left-hand side, here's the quilt. You're gonna click that. It's gonna take you to a PDF. It looks like there's 7 pages, print it out, and then you will get down here to the assembly, and it's got all the cutting instructions for you. The good news is that well, do it as it says. Do it exactly how it says. And I think that's one reason my quilt came out so dang flat was I actually paid attention so that things went flat. So let me see. I want to talk. Oh, the GoFundMe. Let me go back to the. Let me go back to the GoFundMe. That's what John came up with. He said, listen, if I had you make a check out to a food bank, then we're stuck with that food bank. And so he said, I've done a GoFundMe before, and it's called the Quilters Food Drive. And every single penny is going to go. Well, first of all, you put in whatever you can. Whatever you can put in, please just do it. All right. I kind of had to laugh when I saw Quilters Food Drive. It's like us quilters are starving. No, other people are starving, and it absolutely breaks my heart. And as I mentioned on Wednesday, thank you above that food is not an issue for me. I can't even imagine if I were a mother with young children going through this pandemic. So we can do this, and I can give up that basket quilt easily if I know this is going to feed people who have been adversely affected by this pandemic. So I don't do a set amount, all right? If you only put in $1, you only put in $1. If you put in $100, you put in $100. If you put in $500, you put in $500. Just please, let's do what we can do and get food to some people. What will happen then with GoFundMe is they will write me a check, and then I can write a check to the food bank that the winner chooses to use. All right. So that's how that's going to work. I don't even know. So somebody wrote me earlier and said, where do I send my check into? Don't. Oh, and the other thing that is super important is that when John originally put it up on Facebook, he forgot to say, give me your name. Please don't do anonymous. If you've done anonymous and you're hearing this for the first time, go put $1 in and put your name next to it, please. I'm not even quite sure how I'm going to figure out how to get it to you. I'll announce it. I think we said on the 21st. It's on that page. It'll tell you. So if you have done unless you don't want the quilt. If you don't want the quilt, that's fine. Maybe you've made your own and you don't need it. Then that's fine. But understand the anonymous thing. I can't pick your name, all right? And it seems like you guys, so if you gave earlier, don't be embarrassed to give $1 and put your name next to it, all right? But again, when it came to me that this is what I wanted to do with that quilt, it was just like the angel sang, because this is something I can do to help, all right? And you can do to help. The link, what you're gonna do, John can give you the link, please, but it's just go to GoFundMe and put Quilters Food Drive, and it will come right up. GoFundMe Quilters Food Drive. And we actually discussed, where does the little apostrophe thing go? It goes after Quilters, but you don't even have to put it in. It will still come up. Oh, it's Robin, my friend Robin. Here we go. Okay, I'm gonna get her. Hey, Robin, I'm on Facebook Live right now. How come you're not watching?
Because I was worried I owe you money.
Oh.
Call me back.
Okay, goodbye. She hates to go public. I got you. So, okay, John.
Also, we have a Facebook post on.
Also, to get there too, we have a Facebook post on the Quilt Show and on my personal site too. So please, let's do it. I made a goal of 10,000. I would love to just shoot that through the ceiling. All right. Also, again, don't forget Dee tomorrow at 10 o'clock and bindings. I will be watching it with her. And then what's going to happen on Monday is this. We're going to get into Fusibles. And what I'm primarily going to talk about are the two that I know intimately, and that is both Quilters Select. One is Quilters Select apple stick, and that's how I did the vines and the leaves and the berries. But I'm also going to talk about apple web. They are both fusibles, and I want you to understand the difference. And even beyond the brand of Quilter Select, there are it's pertinent to so many fusibles. So it's not just like it's a big old sales pitch. It's just when you look at a fusible, what are things you need to consider? So that's going to be my Monday class. Does that sound like a plan, everyone? I hope. I hope. Let me see what we have. Comments. Good morning. When you put an anonymous instead of your name, will this affect the drawing for the quilt? Yes, Phyllis. That's why I want you to go put $1 in, so I have your name. Okay, maybe I can get into anonymous and figure it out, but I'm not sure. So I hate to do that to you, but that's the only way I think I know how to fix this. Great little write-up. Okay. Looks like you guys are all... Okay, so will the 220, Susie, will the 220 Sue Garman BOM only be available until December 31st, 2020? Yes, it's gone. Then it goes back to her family, and you're going to end up paying $80 or $90 for that pattern. So that said, I always suggest that you get a ream of paper, a binder, and print it out. Sue's instructions could get up to about 100 pages. So, I mean, yeah, you can save it on your hard drive, but I wouldn't.
Save it on the hard drive, and then they can print it whenever.
Okay, John says save it on the hard drive and then you can print it whenever, but I still have a paper calendar. You know? So, okay, I will see you guys Monday.
Did you teach?
I did very little teaching today, John. I told him to sew the top together. He goes, did you teach? Sorry, guys. Monday, I'm going to teach your pants off, okay? Because we're going to go into fusibles. So check. No, I'm not doing checks. Please don't do checks. I think you have to just go do a credit card at GoFundMe. And if I change my mind, I'll let you know how to do that. But right now, I just think this is the best way to go. So, okay, guys, have a great weekend. I know what I'm going to be working on. The first thing, Nancy, first back up your hard drive. I'm going to be calling back Robin because she does owe me money and I forgot about it. What can I buy with that money? Hey, guys.